It's Friday, believe it or not, May 3rd. I'm Lisa Ruffiange and this is TV7.ca News. Our set was decorated once again by Coro Collective. It's been a busy week for the RCMP. This Sunday the city runs wild, and are you prepared for an emergency? But first, the 9th annual Leading Edge Physiotherapy's Runwild event is taking over Lions Park this Sunday. The event includes 5 and 10K runs, a half marathon, and the Wild Ones Kids Mara Fun Run. Help cheer on the 2,000 runners and walkers as they participate in this local initiative. Leading Edge Physiotherapy's passion for activity, health, and giving back to our community was the inspiration behind the Runwild event, with proceeds going back into our community. Over the years, this event has supported the Zebra Child Protection Center and the St. Albert Seniors Association.
We have donated to local charities $450,000 directly through Runwild. A majority of that has gone to the Zebra Child Protection Center, which services Edmonton and surrounding area. Also the St. Albert Seniors Association. And this year we've added a third, is St. Albert Sturgeon Hospice Association. We three of us were sitting around years ago and thought, yeah, we should do a race. Let's do a race. And we didn't realize how successful it would become, and we're very proud of it. And it's grown every year. So we're looking for May 5th to be a sellout this year, to have 2,000 athletes with us, thousands of spectators, and 400 volunteers.
Besides the races, Lions Park will also be the venue for live entertainment, a beer garden, and the Kids Zone.
There's a big festival site, so we've got a big stage, live entertainment. There's a Kids Zone with petting zoo and bouncy castles and balloon guy and face painting, and then we've got a beer gardens and athletes food tent, and it goes on until 3 o'clock that day. So though the race is the morning race, so there's a 5-kilometer, 10-kilometer and half marathon, they start at 8:30 and 8:50, but the event actually goes on all day.
This event could not be possible without the hundreds of volunteers, Leading Edge Physiotherapy, and of course, the participants.
Yeah, so any information, we've got a website, runwild.ca, and you can donate pledges. So if you know someone who's running, you can go online and do a pledge, or if you want to volunteer, there's a section for that. Again, runwild.ca. Just if you aren't signed up to Run or Walk on Sunday, May 5th, come on down to Lions Park and enjoy the hard work of your community members. It's a great festival environment, and support some of the runners, donate some money, give us your pledges, we'll take it all.
With the rash of cell phone robberies reported in our city in April, it seems prudent for St. Albertans to be on a bit of a heightened alert. However, a recent RCMP release would like to assure our citizens that although the culprits for the robberies haven't been apprehended, there have been no kidnapping attempts in St. Albert. A post on social media garnered widespread attention and took on a bit of a life of its own recently. A young lady walking on Inglewood Drive became suspicious of a vehicle and rightfully reported its behavior to RCMP. Police were able to locate the truck and determine quickly that there was no ill intent. But that didn't stop social media posts from spreading like wildfire, with variations ranging from the factual story to a full-blown kidnapping. RCMP encouraged people to be mindful of the possibility of inaccurate representation that can occur on social media. If you have any questions regarding a supposed incident in our city, please visit the City of St. Albert's website for an RCMP release.
The old Grandin Mall site has seen a lot of changes over the years. The renovations to the original tower are almost complete. 2 of the residential buildings are occupied, and now the retail spaces are starting to fill in. And one of those retail tenants is Onyx Hair Company, and they are this week's Business Spotlight.
My name is Lauren Burrill, and I'm the owner of Onyx Hair Company. We are a special boutique salon in downtown St. Albert that was created as a unique and inclusive atmosphere so everyone could feel welcome here. I wanted to create a space that feels new and airy and clean, but incorporate a lot of materials that were reusable. For instance, our mirrors are made of barn wood, and we took the barn down and we cut up all the wood and removed the nails, and we created an art piece that's a centerpiece in the salon. So Rose and Onyx is a green circle salon, which means that we divert up to 95% of our waste. So the things that would typically go in the garbage, like the wasted color, the color tubes, the hair, those all typically go into the landfill, which isn't necessarily the best thing for the earth. So we divert some of those things and they use it to create other forms of energy, and they use the hair for hair booms and oil spills, which is really cool. What makes us unique is our inclusive vision, and we charge our haircuts by length instead of gender. So it's something that I've wanted to introduce into our salon for a long time, and the way that I do things. And I think that the way that society is moving into more of a balanced gender atmosphere in terms of, you know, gender identities and where it goes from there. So I really wanted to remove that side of the pricing in the industry and just make it about the hair. Short hair is short hair and long hair is long hair.
A St. Albert man wants you to get down and dirty for a good cause. After losing his grandmother to brain cancer, Rob Deltome made a personal commitment to raise $1 million for cancer research. His Down and Dirty 5-kilometer fun run has raised over $330,000 to date, and hopes with your support they can get closer to their goal. Adrenaline junkies and weekend warriors will fight through one of the toughest obstacle races of the summer at Edmonton's Sunridge Ski Hill on Saturday, August 17th. The toughest athletes join equally strong-willed ordinary Albertans to crawl through mud and under obstacles before taking on our 100-foot slip and slide down the ski hill. 100% of the fundraising carried out by competitors goes directly to the Alberta Cancer Foundation.
When I was an undergrad, my grandma got diagnosed with a brain tumor. She passed, and I made a promise that I'd raise $1 million for cancer research in my lifetime, and this is how I'm trying to do it. So Mud Run they became really popular about 10 years ago, and so it's a 5 or 10K race that has mud pits along the way and obstacles along the way, so things that you drag and carry or climb under or climb over. Our race is 5 kilometers. It has about 14 obstacles along the way. We got a big slip and slide down the ski hill, a lot of mud pits and just different obstacles along the way to kind of keep you having fun. It's for anybody. A lot of people are intimidated by events like this. Our demographic is, we get a lot of people who've never done a run in their life before, people who are out there supporting somebody going through treatment or in memory of somebody they've lost. So it's a fun first race. We get people who come out and try really hard and go really fast. We get a lot of people who walk most of it or skip obstacles along the way. You don't have to do anything you're not comfortable doing.
Registration for this event is only $50 per person. TV7.ca has 2 free tickets to give away. To enter, please send us an email or a Facebook message.
Well, contrary to what Mother Nature has dished out for us this week, the calendar still says it's spring. And despite the fact that spring isn't quite in the air yet, I'm fairly sure that you will see the mercury rise very soon. Now, to get a jump on the warmer weather, why not start planning now to take in some of the incredible outdoor activities and programs that our fair city has to offer? For example, breathe in the crisp spring air with a walk, bike, or run along more than 99 kilometers of the scenic Red Willow Trail system. Drop in and play pickleball, badminton, shinny hockey, basketball, volleyball, or sign up for a fitness program like spin, Pilates, yoga, boxing, powerlifting, and more at Service Place. Or will you be visiting a lake this summer? Get prepared for outdoor water fun and practice swimming skills with lessons in drop-in swimming at Fountain Park Recreation Center. Bust out of that winter funk with a personal trainer at Service Place, and you can discover other fun activities and ideas at stalbert.ca/spring.
Well, I hope you got your taxes done last week, but if you didn't, here's Krista Lucier with some tips for you and for me.
I want money.
Let's talk about disability and tax credits. We often hear disability and tax credits kind of thrown around in terms. Disability credits help people with disabilities and their caregivers reduce their taxes payable. eligibility for disability or disability tax credits are based on what kind of disability you have. What is considered a disability? Well, to be eligible for a disability tax credit or as a caregiver of somebody with a disability, the individual has to either be blind, have restricted basic active daily life function, which means that they have mental issues, can't feed themselves, can't dress themselves, have hearing disability, or on life-sustaining therapy. The disability has to be prolonged, meaning that it has existed or is planned to exist for more than 12 months, and has to be present and substantiated. If you have a disability or live with somebody that has a disability, you can get a lot of these credits by having your doctor and yourself or the guardian of the person with a disability fill out disability certificate information and filing that with CRA. This is a substantial tax reduction or tax credit. It's a non-refundable tax credit, but will help you on your taxes. It will help provide additional medical care or those types of things. So it is important that if you do have somebody with a disability that you either look into it or talk to a professional and get the paperwork started. It's often unknown as well that there are certain unseen disabilities that can qualify, such as autism, ADHD, mental deficiencies, and those types of things. So if you are curious, reach out to somebody and find out more detail about this. I'm Crystal Lucier with TV7.ca.
I want money.
What's our city council been up to? Well, the council met again last Tuesday and immediately went into a closed session to discuss the Chief Administrative Officer performance evaluation and held a closed-door dialogue. They also discussed updates to the progress toward a new municipal development plan, a land matter, and appointments to fill vacancies on the Subdivision and Development Appeal Board. The public portion began a couple of hours later and included such items for discussion as the Policing Committee 2018 annual report and policing priorities, and the Auditor's year-end communication for 2018. Council briefs are provided for the benefit of community members with the intent of giving a short, informal report on what occurred at council meetings. For the official record, you can review the adopted minutes available on the city website. Webcasts of council meetings are available the day following a council meeting on the city's website. The next council meeting is scheduled for May 6th at 3 p.m.
And here is Let's Get Fit with Michelle Parker.
Welcome everyone. Well, spring has finally sprung here in St. Albert, and what better time to spring clean your fitness routine? Spring is that great time to change up that routine, whether it's to simply integrate a new activity into your fitness routine, or perhaps you want to shake off those cobwebs from that sedentary winter couch potato season that you've been enjoying for the last few months. As you reevaluate your fitness regime, aim for at least 150 minutes of exercise per week. Break it down so it fits into your lifestyle. So that could look like 45 minutes 3 times a week, maybe it's 30 minutes 5 times a week. Whatever works best for you. You can even choose to break it up for a little bit in the morning, a little bit afternoon to get those workouts in. Keep in mind that lifestyle and make sure it happens for you today. All right, we know the drill here. We're gonna get into our move of the week. And today we're gonna be going down on the ground, and I'm gonna show you some myofascial release moves using your own body weight. So we're ready for this, everyone? Let's come on the way down to the ground. All right, so what we're about to do is we're going to start getting comfortable sitting down on the ground, and then we're going to get a little uncomfortable. So we talked about myofascial release is when we're going to kind of get into our tissue a little bit and work things around. So all I'm going to be doing here is just bringing my knees up towards my chest and then coming over onto the side. You might find that sweet spot right away, which trust me, I just did. And so if you find that spot, I want you to be able to hold onto that spot where you can feel that extra pain threshold, if you will. Think about a scale of 1 to 10 and try and be somewhere around that 7. And take a nice couple of deep breaths here. So nice breath in and out. We're going to do another 2 big deep breaths in and out. Hope you're down here doing this with me. And one more breath in and out. All right, so hopefully you start to feel that tissue melting around a little bit. Then you're just gonna move around ever so slightly, find that next little sweet spot and do it all again. Now remember, as always, make sure what you do to one side of the body, you do the other. So you can bring those knees in and go over to that opposite side. So this is a great activity you can do at home, you can do it at work, wherever you need a little bit of extra tension relief, take a few moments to get that all in. Everyone, my name is Michelle from TV7.ca News. Have a wonderful evening.
If there was an emergency in St. Albert, would you know what to do or where to go? Learn how you can be prepared at the St. Albert Public Library next Monday from 6:30 to 8. Learn how to prepare a family emergency plan, a grab-and-go kit, and a 72-hour basic emergency kit. Receive checklists, see examples, begin preparing your own kit, and ask lots of questions. The workshop is free and no registration is required. For more info, visit stalbert.ca/beprepared. And speaking of emergencies, have you had to call an ambulance lately? St. Albert Fire Services wants to learn about your recent experience in an ambulance. Talk about your experience and care by filling out the Emergency Medical Services Satisfaction Survey. Your feedback will help St. Albert Fire Services evaluate the quality of its emergency medical services. This survey can be taken anonymously and will take approximately 5 minutes to complete. To take the survey, visit the city's website and search Ambulance Services.
RCMP are asking you to join the hashtag 9 p.m. routine movement to remove all valuables from their vehicles and to lock all doors at 9 p.m. each night. Now, these simple actions will help reduce the number of thefts from homes or vehicles in the city, crimes that have historically increased in the spring and summer months. Property crimes such as thefts of vehicles, break-and-enters to homes and businesses, and thefts from parked vehicles are still the most common crimes in our city. But stopping these crimes may be as simple as removing items from vehicles and locking homes and vehicle doors. And since most of these types of crimes happen overnight, developing a hashtag 9 p.m. routine of locking up before bed is great practice. The 9 p.m. routine is a campaign that began in Pasco County, Florida, and is now used by police agencies across North America to remind citizens to protect themselves and their property. Quote, developing a routine of locking up makes crime prevention easy, says Inspector Pam Robinson, the detachment commander for St. Albert RCMP. Robinson also advises double-checking that your home and vehicles are locked and secure for the night. Most thefts are crimes of opportunity, which means that the criminal is looking for unlocked vehicles or houses where they can easily steal property. Now, by removing valuables from vehicles and by locking cars and homes, the opportunity is lost on criminals and they'll move on. The hashtag 9 p.m. routine recommends removing valuables from vehicles, ensuring vehicles are locked, windows are closed, and if possible, cars are parked in a garage. Closing garage doors and windows, locking any person or man doors in the garage, including those leading into a house. Checking that all house doors, the front door, the back door, the side door, and the garage door are all locked. Ensuring all windows are shut. Turning on an exterior light. And are you locked up and secure for the night? Double check if you are or if you're not by 9 p.m.
And that will do it for yet another week. If you have any community events or news you'd like us to share with our viewers, please send an email to news@tv7.ca. From all of us here at TV7.ca, I'm Lisa Rufianch, and have a great week.